Okay, this is my God of War costumes tier list. This is all my opinion. This is just for fun, and this is for what costumes I think will be the most beneficial to beating the game. Now, the base Kratos costume is not anywhere on here, but what I will say that they will probably be all in the middle or the third or like second best in each game, right? So first I'll start with Chef of War. Now, I in a couple of the outtakes I have, I said because I have to use the God of War wiki, the fandom. I don't know if it's credible or not, but I don't know where else to look. So what the Chef of War does is a 3x multiplier to blue orbs, so your magic, and then it is a 50%, I think more. It's either 50% more or 50% healing. I don't think the wording matters. Green orbs, and then all of your other like I guess stats remain the same. So red orb collection is the same as default. Damage same as default. Damage taken same as default. Um, I feel like this costume is one of the costumes to susceptible to skill level, I would say. And what I mean by skill level is okay. Do you rely on magic? Like, do you spam magic or in like any of those things? If the answer is yes, then this costume is good because it gives you more magic back. But if you don't really use magic, then and you don't really benefit from this costume unless you take a lot of damage. But I feel like at some point there's a definite skill cap. You talk about skill cap, this costume is like worthless. It's a just a reskin of the default, which is good. I still like the costume. It's a nice fun change. It's just its statistics. It has a one thing that the one above it lacks that I think is actually kind of cool. And the one above it I'm gonna put is actually bubbles. So I thought about this. This one and the next one I kept flipping back and forth on, but the reason why I put bubbles below, um, I mean above the Chef of War, is on the wiki once again. It does say, I believe it says you get 3 times as many blue orbs, so it's the opposite of the Chef of War, and then you get more blue orbs. So I don't know what the wiki means by more, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume it means 50% more. So 50% more blue orbs, and then you get damage reduction. Now, I don't know exactly how much that damage reduction is, like in percent wise. I would have to like check in game and compare, but damage reduction is good. I would say. I'd say it's good, but this is another costume where it's like the only benefit, like if you're skill cap, right? Like let's say you're a god at this game. You're amazing. You're really good. You're doing like pain runs. You're doing no upgrade runs, and you run this costume. What do you gain? So if you're just doing a no upgrade run, right? Like just level one everything, right? With this costume, you take less damage, which is good. But again, you can only play on hard, not very hard. But I mean, it just goes down to like, do you get hit a lot? Because if you get your fucking ass kicked, then this costume is great. Like it's amazing. It's 3 times health. It's very good, and you take less damage according to the wiki, and you get more blue orbs if you use magic. It's a pretty decent costume. I do like the fish blades though; those are funny, and I like this costume. I think it's pretty decent. Now, Tycoonus. I love this costume. It's the one used in speedruns, and you might be like, okay, well, why is it used in speedruns? If you don't really know why. Um, so Tycoonus is like a warrior in an RPG glass cannon. He he gets quadruple red orb, so 4x, right? So like if an orb is 10, you get 40 from that, right? So you can speed run like leveling up. You do double damage as well, but the only trade off is that you take a lot more damage. Like it's very noticeable. The wording on the wiki is great versus just reduced, so it's a lot more than what the next costume is going to give. But or that's not the right word. It's just a lot of damage you take. So I mean, this costume is good if you want to. There's an achievement for beating the game fast. I mean, if you just want to blaze through the game, then this is good for that. Like you get your levels fast, you beat up stuff really fast. This is a good costume. I just find it a little boring, right? Because like God of War 1, you can't use costumes on very hard. So like it's kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, hey, it's still good. Now, this this costume is fucking hilarious. The dairy bastard. God, this costume is so funny. Um, the thing with the dairy bastard is you get double red orbs. So if you get 10, you get 20 instead, right? And then you take you no, you deal only half as much damage with like, melee weapons and stuff. I think it's all your moves. All your moves do only half damage, but you get infinite magic, right? That's the trade-off. You get infinite magic. Now, I can see a case for either one, Ares armor over Dairy Bastard or Dairy Bastard over the other. The only reason why I prefer Ares armor is because the things they have in common is double orbs, but Ares armor does double damage, and you also take less damage, so you have damage reduction. And I think that's better than Dairy Bastard's Infinite Magic. Now, again, you can think of like, okay, well, Medusa's Gaze, boom, everything to stone, you win. That's why I'm saying like you can swap these two like around. But what I'm saying is, if I had to pick a costume for God mode, I'm saying there, I'm like, okay, what costume am I going to use to be God mode for the first time if I'm struggling? I'm picking the Ares armor because of the damage reduction, the red orbs bonus that they both share, and then the double damage because this one only has half damage. And remember, you got to go through the beginning section first without any magic, right? If you don't do the glitch, of course. But I think Ares armor is better. So on to God of War 2. God of War 2's costumes are really nice. Um, so if anyone's curious where the default would go, I would put the default Kratos in front of Bubbles and in between Tycoonus. Fourth best. Or you could put him at the bottom, I don't know. Alright, so God of War 2. I believe the first one I'm gonna put here is we're gonna start from the worst. Now, this one is hard. Like, what do I think is the worst costume in this game? I think it's probably General Kratos. Now, General Kratos, why is he bad? He's like Tycoonus, but the only thing he does good is collect red orbs. But you don't really need red orbs in this game once you beat the game. I mean, I don't think you do anyway. And this is the one. You just get a lot of orbs, but everything else sucks. You take more damage. You do less damage. You get more orbs to reduce stats. I don't think that's good. That's not good in my opinion. Um, so I think he's the worst. I think it's a cool costume. Another cool thing, it has the blue blaze of Athena, I'm pretty sure, so that's cool. Um, so I think what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna put the Hydra armor right here. Hydra armor, to my understanding, and what the wiki says, is you get more armor, so you take less damage. I'm gonna assume is what armor means. You get more orbs, and you deal 50% damage, like less. So you do half damage. So I mean, it's a good costume, but just the less damage is what sucks, right? Like that's what sucks. I don't really. I think it's good for challenge. These two are perfect for challenge runs. I will do a tier list on what I think are my favorite costumes right after. Not much to say about Hydra armor. Now, the thing about this costume, I'm gonna drop here. Athena. Athena's costume is very decisive to me. Without considering anything else, just the costume and what it does. So no urns, no nothing. So if you take a lot of damage, right? Then the green orbs is going to be good, and then the blue orbs are good because you use magic a lot. Again, the red orbs is cool. It's just a neg. It's not really a not a noticeable thing. But the thing is you take more damage. So basically, Athena is Hydra armor, but like how do I put this? They both wait, no, that's not a good comparison. Is it? Yeah, no, it's not a good comparison. The thing about them is Hydra, it just gets a flat. The wiki says flat 200, and then it specifies that Athena gets more from green and blue, and then 200 in red orb. So that's good. Athena just takes more damage, but I feel like the damage output that you deal is better than your survivability because I mean, at the end of the day, it's just roll or just parry, right? Like I feel like the damage is better than the damage bonus for the less defense kind of outweighs the cons of taking taking less damage but and also dealing less instead of dealing the same and taking more. So I feel like Athena is better for that one. Now, Dark Odyssey is Dark Odyssey is probably the better costume of the well, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put Hercules right here, and then I'm gonna put Dark Odyssey. The reason why Dark Odyssey is above Hercules is on the wiki, and again, I don't know if this is wrong, but the wiki states, um, wait, no, I'm stupid. I gotta flip this back. So Dark Odyssey, it states that there is a great increase in red orbs, gonna go with double damage and 50% less armor. So again, you take more damage, but you deal a lot more damage. Um, its specialty is rage, right? The preferred skill is rage. Um, so I mean, again, it's good if you use rage, yeah. Then there's the Hercules skin, which is just you deal double damage and you have defense, so you have a little more defense. So it's really good. And then the the God of War. Where do I put the God of War? The God of War is balanced. It's just a flat 200 and increase in everything. So he's literally default Kratos, but with default Kratos. I think it's gonna go there. Actually, huh. Do I think God of War is better than Athena? No, it's not. Well, damn. I'm gonna leave him right there. I'm gonna leave him right there. God of War, he's just double to all orb types and nothing else. So I mean, he's default Kratos, but like with double orbs. So I'm just thinking here, do I like this more than this? Hmm. Damn. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Then again, the obvious number one in God of War 2 is the God armor. Nothing much to say besides all stats are doubled. So I think it's better. The best. So God of War 3. A lot of God of War 3 costumes are some of the wording on the wiki is weird for the costumes, but Phantom of Chaos, I mean, it's the worst costume is Apollo, I feel. It's 50%, what is it? You deal less damage and you take what is it? Yeah, you take more damage and you deal less. Is that what it is? Or is it just you take half damage and you deal half damage? I forget which one it is. But I know you deal half damage, so it's going in the bottom again. Another one really good for challenge runs, but not so good for regular play. Now, I think we're gonna go with number two over here is I mean, there's also Fear Kratos. These two, this is just 4 damage dealt and taken, I'm pretty sure. These two can intertwine. I just think Fear Kratos looks more badass. But I mean that's not really a factor, right? So I mean, there you go, put that there. Um What was I thinking about again? Oh yeah, number 3 is Morpheus armor. Morpheus armor is cool. Morpheus armor is just double to all orbs, so nothing much really. Um, and then what is it? Where is? I'm gonna go with Phantom of Chaos. Is the 5 times increase to all orbs, so it's just better Morpheus armor. And we're going to put in Demos is another weird one. I'm gonna put him right here because I don't think you can upgrade with him, but you deal a lot of damage. So I'm gonna put him in the middle spot. He's a fun one. He's a fun costume. You know what? Fuck it. I mean, he's a fun costume. Oh well, shit. Damn. I'm gonna leave him in the middle there. He's a fun costume. It's just for a casual player, I would say. This is like I don't know what I don't think they'd want to pick that costume since you get no red orbs. I don't think they'd want to pick it. Lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, okay. Forgotten Warrior at number 2. Forgotten Warrior just takes less damage. That's it. I mean, that's good. And Dominus is number 1. So Dominus is number 1 because it is double damage. You take 50% damage, so you don't take as much. I'm pretty sure, and you also get double orbs and everything. So again, yeah, double orbs, double damage, and you take 50% less on Dominus. Forgotten Warrior is just 25% less damage you take. What is it? Phantom of Chaos is 5 times orbs. Morpheus Armor is 2 times orbs. Deimos is quadruple to every other orb but red, so it's a no upgrade run. Apollo and Fear Kratos are just deal less damage, take more damage. Well, I mean, for Fear Kratos, it's take 4 times damage, but you deal 4 times damage. I don't remember about Apollo, but I'm pretty sure it is a 50% deal and 50% take less damage. Watch it Chains of Olympus. These are fun ones. These are fucking stupid costumes. I fucking love them. So Chains of Olympus, Spud of War is probably the best one. Because you take no fucking damage and you have infinite magic. Not much to say there. Mick Kratos is 4 times the damage, but you take a lot of damage. So I'm gonna put him there. And Mime of War is just double to blue and green and 4 times red orbs. Yeah, that's that. Ghost of Sparta. Again, I feel like Ghost of Sparta is it's a easy one to see here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with let's see here. Some of the costumes on here is definitely a lot different, and they're cool. This game boils down to what you like doing. So I'm gonna put God Armor at number 1. We're starting off with number 1 because this is the easiest one to place. Now, let's go on to Demos. Demos, he does more damage with the Arms of Sparta, and Blades of Athena does half the damage, and you take more damage, and magic costs a quarter. I'm assuming that means it costs less magic. So we're gonna put Demos right there. He's not as good as God Armor. On a Kratos Legionnaire, I'm gonna double orbs, so that's good. Half the cost on magic, that's good. And armor increased by 4. So immediately that goes right there. And you do double damage with the Arms of Sparta. I don't really use it too much, but I mean it's a good weapon. Now Robotos my go, bro. Robotos my go. Uh, sad thing is he he's not that good, bro. He can get high combos, but besides that, he's not that good. He's fucking based. His costume is fucking based, dude. I love his costume. It's so amazing. So good, dude. And I think Ghost of Sparta is number 2. Ghost of Sparta number 2. Theros Bane is OP. You take more damage, but the cost. You also deal 4 times damage with Thera's main. It comes back faster, and you get health on enemy hits. So I mean, that's just good, right? That's just good. Um. So by the way, we are not doing God of War Ascension. Fucking, it doesn't have anything, so we're not doing it. But yeah, this is my tier list on what I think is good. So let me know what you guys think. If someone can please correct me with values, damages, stuff like that, please tell me because I want to make sure that this list is correct. I don't want to spread misinformation. Thank you for watching.